and good nom-nom-nomming. Welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, Blind, Free Time Events, the Roundup, the Free Time Roundup. It's the Ibuki episode, and I am not going to carry on with that ridiculous amount of energy for the rest of the episode. My voice will be shot, but at the very least, I have even more drink. And I hope that you aren't going to be disturbed by hearing me chug it. Anyway, in the last one, we finished Pecco's Free Time Events, which was surprisingly wholesome. And that's pretty much all that happened last episode. So I'm kind of excited for Ibuki, you know, as I've said. I don't really know what to expect. I'm expecting, to be honest, something comic reliefy, but I don't know if they are gonna do that. Not very many of them have been comic relief heavy. Like, even the comic relief characters haven't really been. Like Akane, Kazuichi, Sonya, they're the ones that come to mind. Their free time events weren't comedy heavy. So, well, aside from maybe Sonya's, but even then it wasn't really that much. So, yeah, I really don't know what to expect with Ibuki. Maybe she'll be the exception. Maybe we're gonna get something surprisingly deep from Ibuki. Yeah. Who knows? But, of course, before then, we have to have all these gyps just stand around collecting stuff. I mean, yeah, man. Keep going, guys. Well, except those of you who are dying, go back home. Yeah, I guess we'll send Hiyoko to Mizumi Castle, and everyone else can sleep. Yeah, seems good to me. Get to work. Get that gold. You literally only got 2 gold, guys. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go meet with Ibuki. Let's go. You know, I'm saying this like I'm super excited. Ibuki isn't even really one of my favorite characters. I'm just kind of interested to see what she's got. There we go. Pet. Poop. Nope. Nothing from Piggy. Ibuki! What did I do with Ibuki Mio-da? She didn't... Fuck. She didn't say Mio-da. Alright. Work out the vocal cord.
You look bored, Hajime. Want to drink some tea with Ibuki? Oh, I've successfully picked up a boy. Now then, it's my treat, so go ahead. Don't hold back.
I spent some time today at the restaurant, eating desserts and drinking tea with Ibuki. Well, I mean, if that's what we're going to be doing with her every single time we hang out, I would certainly be hanging out with Ibuki. God, I love desserts and I love tea. Is that stereotypical? Okay, what are we going to give Ibuki? I have a feeling she's going to like the slap bracelets, and I've got a lot of those. What other gaudy stuff do I have? Not to say that Ibuki's gaudy, but I'm sure she'd enjoy gaudy things. Oh, she might like the headphones, actually. What do these do? Every autofile use these. These are hella psychopop. She might like those, yeah. Slap bracelets. Oh, she's gotta like those. I can't imagine she wouldn't. Is there anything else she might like? Stardust, tea. Yeah, she might like the ukulele. You know, it is a musical instrument. Not really. Oh, or the fucking tuning fork. Well, maybe not. maybe not. Anything else, though? Yeah, I might have to double dip here, but I have a lot of shit, so... Alright, let's start with the ukulele, because it's the one I'm least confident in.
Good job! Why does Hajime want to know what Ibuki wants? Jeez, this is bad. I might end up falling in love with you. Ah, yes, yes.
What? Yeah, so this is gonna get loud, I think.
Jeez, hurry up and choose me.
What?
Were you ever in any school clubs?
School clubs, huh? I can't say for sure because of what happened to our memories, but I probably wasn't in any clubs.
Yeah! That's a major bingo!
What is?
Well, isn't it obvious? You should be part of Ibuki's music club from now on! For a while, everyone thought music clubs were outdated because the rock and roll boom was dying off. But now music clubs are super popular with boys for some reason. We should jump on the bandwagon too.
But I'm not really into music.
No problem. You can just pretend you're playing an instrument with a music track plays in the while a music track plays in the background.
Yeah, Ibuki, no. Miss Ultimate Musician. That's not something the Ultimate Musician should say. Yeah. But even if I'm pretending, I've never even held a musical instrument.
Everyone starts at that point. As long as you feel the love, there's no problem.
What do I have to do if I don't really feel the love? Well, Hajime, she'll make you feel the love.
Oh, it's okay. Jumping out is so much fun. You'll be so popular with the ladies. Chicks go out with guys who pretend to be musicians all the time. At Leon. By the way, Ibuki thinks guys who don't like bands are narcissists, so she doesn't like them. Wink, wink, Hajime. I wonder what your thoughts on bands are. Wink, wink.
That isn't something the Ultimate Musician should say either.
Yep. Now choose the musical instrument you want to use. Yeah, Ibuki has gives on the God, I'm speaking so fast, it's really not working. I'm not even really speaking that fast, but I can't process it because my brain is slow. Ibuki has gives on the guitar, so you can't use that.
Looks like I've been roped into a scheme. I guess really I really have to choose something. I've never played any type of instrument before, so it doesn't really matter. Well, well, all of these, I feel like drums would probably complement Ibuki's style of music the best. Damn, I've never really sat here and really looked at this portrait before. This is a really fucking dramatic portrait, isn't it? Like, she's at an angle, pointing at the sky, her head's at an angle, her shoulders, like, leaning forward, and the other one's leaning backwards. God damn, there's a lot in this portrait. Jesus. I mean, I know Ibuki was Kodaka's favorite character to write in this game, but yeah, she really get that much preferential treatment? Then, I guess the drums?
That's awesome. Alright, it's decided.
Oh god, you know, this whole conversation has really got me thinking about doing music classes in my first 2 years of high school. I don't know how high school really works in America. Well, you know, I assume a lot of my audience will be purely based on statistics of America being large. But in England, at the very least, our high schooling system works in that you have 5 years, and typically you have 3 years where you just basically do the same school you were doing at primary school, which is like the school before high school. And then you got 2 years where you do your GCSEs, which, you know, the final grades you'll get, and then you'll go on to do, you know, college, A-levels, then university. The school I go to, though, doesn't do that. They do it 2 years, just standard education, then 3 years on your GCSEs. Apparently that's not that common, but anyway, yeah. So first 2 years of doing music, so I definitely did not do music going forward. One, we did singing classes, and oh my god, I cannot carry a tune at all. Like, at all. So that was absolute torture. Because I was put in one of the groups that was the smallest, so you could absolutely hear each of our voices, and it was pretty terrible. Probably even worse is that for whatever reason, when I sing, I try to go higher. I think so I blend into the background a little bit more, because, you know, if you hear this voice singing, you, like, you know who's singing. But, I mean, like, my voice can do, I can carry a tune a lot better when I sing in a deeper voice than this. So basically, yeah, I have to sing in the Sakura voice. But in the year after that, we did what I'm essentially going to call band practice. And, you know, the point of this story was that the people doing the drums didn't know what they were doing, and ended up just slamming their sticks across the drum kit. And I'm pretty sure that's basically what Ibuki's gonna tell Hajime to do. Either, you know, just put some music on in the background and pretend you're doing it, or just across the drum kit, you know? Me, I got a bass guitar. I actually wasn't that bad at it, but well, there were some slight problems in that I'm the sort of person who doesn't really keep their fingernails short, so I really struggle to hold a plectrum, because okay, it's quite small, like my nails like flip over it a little. Sometimes, I mean, you know, it depends how long they are, of course. But well, it wasn't the best time of my life, but I mean, it was quite fun learning bass. I also know how to play the keyboard as well, which are the two instruments Ibuki was two options we got that I know how to play, and I don't know how to play drums, which is the right option.
Drums are great because you can just hit them to the beat, and you don't even need to know how to read music.
Well, not entirely true. I mean, it is... yeah, no, I'm going to say that's majorly not true, Miss Ultimate Musician. But...
as long as you can move your arms and legs independently of each other, even a novice can play them real easy.
Every drummer in the world would hate you for saying that. Yeah, probably.
Now that we decided on instrument, let's start with learning how to use a loudspeaker.
Hold on a second. Why would you need a loudspeaker?
What are you saying? It's a must-have item for live performances. It doesn't mean you just hold it and scream into it. If you don't put your soul into it, the loudspeaker won't respond to you. Yeah! Put your soul into it! Shout! Shout!
I was forced to do some weird training that didn't make any sense to me at all. I don't really understand Ibuki to begin with, but this, I don't understand her even more. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expect from Ibuki. I don't know, though, in a weird way, it was kind of encouraging of her, you know, it's like, oh, you don't know how to play a musical instrument? Well, that's okay, you can still get in on the fun. Like, that's kind of what I got from that. I parted ways with Ibuki and went back to my room, feeling exhausted, which makes sense. Ibuki's very friendly, I think is the right way to describe her. I can't imagine she would want anything less than a full-on party with all her buds. Like in Chapter 3! You know what I mean? Of course you do, you've played the game. You've heard me complain about fucking Chapter 3 long enough. Bloody titty typhoon, man. Fucks. Titty typhoon. God, that's the fucking dumbest thing ever, and I love it. Oh my god. Yeah, you keep on keeping on, boys. And girls, of course. Gold? No gold? No gold. Not a single gold. Fuck off. Guys, come on! I mean, it's a lost cause. We ain't getting that gold. Oh shit, I keep on forgetting to do this in the... As soon as we finish it up. God, that is satisfying to see so much gold. 5-3? Man, Ibuki, you're shorter than I thought you were. Ibuki says we're in a band now, but she gave me a half-assed music lesson and only taught me how to use a loudspeaker. Her training doesn't make any sense. Well, you know, her genre of music. It is loud. But hey, I mean, she does know how to use these instruments. It's not like she's... I mean, she's the ultimate musician, you know, she does know what she's doing. To a certain extent. Unlike me, where Ibuki's voice is going back into being Hiyoko's. I mean, at least I could make the differentiation of Hiyoko's, you know, sometimes being a bit pouty. Whereas Ibuki's is just fast and loud, and I'm sure that's quite annoying. Sorry. Sorry. Let's see, I gave her the thingy last time. The ukulele. Here's the tuning fork.
Yahoo! Are you really giving that to me? That's awesome! Ibuki will be totally pleased with this for the rest of her life! Okie dokie, let's start the club!
Oh shit, Doki? Club? Ah! Club? Are we actually serious about that?
Today's training is...
Ba-dum.
Racing! Oh yeah!
Racing? Does that have anything to do with music? I have no idea.
Hell to the yes! If you want to learn proper music theory, training yourself in the rhythm of racing is a must.
Well, I don't know about a must, but I mean, it's not a terrible idea, I guess. Listening to something with rhythm, although I wouldn't say that racing is really the thing I would have picked.
Music has its own language too, you know. It's always nice to hear music that adheres to the principles of music theory. And it's easier to make people feel the beat as well. But Ibuki doesn't care.
Oh, God. Oh, sorry about that. Inhaled and died on some saliva. Oh, God. Clear out the throat there.
But Ibuki doesn't care about that at all, though.
I'm sure you don't, Ibuki.
Come on, let's go!
Not only was I bossed around by Ibuki, I had to run 5 laps around the island for some reason. God damn it, my reading ability has suddenly gone down the drain. God, it's too much energy.
Nah, that was really fun, Hajime!
Ugh. No, it wasn't. How are you so energetic?
What are you saying? There's no way you could go through a live performance if you get winded by something like this.
Yeah, actually, this song we sort of talked about with Sayaka way back when in Danganronpa 1, right? Like, you have to be pretty damn fit to be an... Well, okay, we didn't cover this, but it takes a lot to be an idol, or just in music in general in Japan. And I guess Ibuki does a similar sort of thing. Obviously different genre, and she's not an idol, she's just like a musician. But I imagine if you're doing live performances, it's kind of the same principle as with idols. Like, it's a lot of work, and you need to be very fit to carry, like, the bombastic performance angle. So if you've ever seen a live performance of someone who sounds, like, really good in a studio, but, like, they sort of move around and dance a bit on stage, like, by the end, they're usually pretty knackered. Actually, I went to a concert this summer. And it was a long one. And the person who was doing the concert was actually pretty good at it. In the sense that they really, they knew how to pace themselves. They started off really energetic. Then they had some, slower songs where they didn't have to move around as much, sprinkled in the middle. And then they had, a duet as well, which took some pressure off of them singing. Then there was a bit of a break where they just spoke for a little bit. And then they did some more of, the bombastic songs, and they ended on, a very energetic song. They were very, I thought it was very clever that they did that to pace themselves. Of course, they aren't quite, in England, it's not quite the same as, an idol performance. Just Western music in general, the performance like that isn't quite as rigorous, I suppose. Sort of because there's more of an expectation in Japan to be cute with it as well, because, idols and whatever. But a lot of the time in the West, it's just people standing in front of microphones, playing an instrument, singing their goddamn hearts out. But other than that, it's not too strenuous. That may be true. Then, do you usually train like this all the time?
I don't do it for training. Running is Ibuki's hobby.
I thought this was training so I could learn proper music theory.
I also like playing one-person tag and one-person hide-and-seek, too. It's a lot of fun!
Well, I can get the tag bit, right? That just means you run for a very long time. What about the one-person hide-and-seek?
Have you ever found an 8-leaved clover by the riverbank?
I can't say I have.
It's seriously so hard. I definitely can't find one at all. Sulk.
Isn't that because 8-leaved clovers don't exist? Yes, probably.
Also, it's fun to play a game called Will I Get There? It's super thrilling! Ibuki forgets lots of stuff really fast, so she tries to write memos for important things. But on days I play that game, I go outside without thinking about anything. When I do that, surprise, surprise, no matter how long I'm out, I can't get back home. I just think of fun stuff all the time, and after I've taken a bunch of shortcuts and detours, I usually end up somewhere I've never been before.
Ibuki, your life sounds very dangerous.
One time, I nearly walked onto a fishing boat and almost ended up in a foreign country.
Oh god, fucking one fucking episode of Phineas and Ferb. Poor guy, Doofenshmirtz. He can't tell the difference between a store and a wooden sign of a store. I forget the actual quote, but a store and a fake store. Poor guy.
But sometimes I like to spend time relaxing too. The other day, I woke up in the morning with a powerful hankering to look at the stars.
Don't tell me you just looked at the sun.
Oh no, okay. So I just waited all day till the stars came out.
Oh, impossible. There's no way I can keep up with what she's saying.
Also,
once Ibuki starts talking, it seems like she'll never stop. Yeah. That's an extrovert for you. Very different to Pecco last time. She just goes on and on and on. I've been constantly bombarded by weird topics. I was exhausted by the time I returned to my room. It kind of feels like that one and the last one should have been flipped around. There was something sitting below the surface on the first one. But that second one didn't really seem to be that deep in any respect. Shut up, Usami. I'm sick of your bullshit. And all your everyone's dead. And all your stupid fucking telling me to make shit. Ugh. Go home, guys. You're dying. Well, I don't think we have anyone here, so let's pull back, boys. We haven't got all the... Oh shit! No, we have all the cloth now, so we only need to go here. Come on, guys, get the gold! Oh, You got 1 gold. We're never gonna be able to finish this. Oh well, I resigned myself to my fate. Man, I actually had a little bit of confidence in us after that first one. Ibuki likes racing and a bunch of other random hobbies. I have a hard time keeping up with her when she constantly comes up with strange ideas and talks a mile a minute. Yeah, well, that's just because you're a normal guy who takes things at a slower pace, Hajime. It's it's okay. It's nice to have these sorts of people in the world, you know? I feel like depending on your, I suppose your personality type, your mileage may vary with this sort of person, but I think it's important to always have at least one extremely extroverted person as a good friend. You know, someone like Ibuki. I mean, maybe not quite as eccentric as Ibuki, but someone like Ibuki, you know? Let's see. Yeah, would you like these? I feel like you'd like these.
Ooh, our hearts are connected as one! Awesome! I was just thinking I wanted this right now! Why, hello there! What do you want to play today?
Play? Are we done with the club?
What are you talking about? Playing is a big part of music clubs. Have you ever watched K-On?
I have. God, that movie was really fucking... not weird, but weird.
Do you know what's the most important thing about playing music in a band?
Most important thing, let's see. Probably a sense of unity, right? A sense of unity?
Ding, ding, ding! You got it right! Yep, that's correct. It's all about that. The band members performing as a singular unit on stage. This is the ideal live concert. That's where the greatest music is made! In order to do that, it's particularly important to eat cake with everyone after school.
Oh yeah, this can't not be a K-On reference.
So, your training today is to roll your eyes to the back of your head, just like me.
That's impossible.
Also, you're gonna learn how to break guitars and how to splatter pig guts. Those are the 3 basics. Okay, I get the break guitars thing.
What the splatter pig guts? Please, enough already.
Oh my. Are you gonna give up before you even do it? I have a reward for you, you know. If you're able to withstand the training, I'll make your stage costume.
Wow, that would be a sight to see. You're the one who's going to make it?
Of course, sewing is a minor necessity when you're in a band.
Oh, you're multi-talented, Ibuki. Oh, I see. I never expected that from you. But now that she mentions it, everything Ibuki is wearing looks really unique. Oh, wow, did she make a lot of it? I mean, that makes sense, right? But I don't know. I'd never really crossed my mind. I can totally tell she puts her heart into making her clothes, so they're not just another commercial product. I feel like I'm finally able to understand Ibuki a little better. A little. Wow, that one was really short. I've been constantly bombarded by weird topics. I was exhausted by the time I returned to my room. Yeah, well, actually, I suppose there is a little thing you can talk about there. With, like, Ibuki obviously didn't have that whole unity thing with her band, because she split from them, because of creative differences. Which I guess was sort of what the third option was, agreeing on a direction. So who knows, maybe she did feel unity with her old bandmates. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of that in this one, because I think we only have 2 left, don't we? Yeah, we only have 2 left, and it's only half an hour in. Jesus Christ. Only half an hour in. But But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll get more from that for Ibuki. But I mean, there's also obviously the idea of being very individualistic. You sort of got at the end there with her like making her own clothes, because Ibuki is very, very out there. Like we went over this with Kazuichi, right? That looking different is kind of a death sentence in Japan. And I mean, because don't get me wrong, a lot of people in this series and whatever look different, but there's also a lot of them that look normal, because Hajime and Makoto obviously are perfect examples of that. But then you got there are some characters that aren't really that out there. Like Mihiru is a perfect example of that. Fuyuhiko, aside from the blonde hair, is a very good example of that. Of course, the blonde hair is almost always symbolic of being a delinquent or foreign, i.e. Sonya. Then you step into the weirder ones like Gundam, Kazuichi, Ibuki. Of course, Gundam's got his own Chunibyo thing, which is a completely different thing. But like Ibuki and Kazuichi are sort of like, I don't know. I guess one way to put it is that you wouldn't they turn heads in the West, but not for the same reason they turn heads in Japan. I think that's probably a good way to put it, Yeah. I think that's a good way to put it. And that was really awkward with no music. Good to know you're feeling good, Nekomaru. I'm not feeling good. 2 days left. How much more gold do we need? A lot. Yeah. Ooh, not a chance. That's like, what, 50 more gold? Yeah, that ain't happening. E-handbook. Ibuki says that a band should have unity because that's how you make amazing music. But training methods seem to have nothing to do with that at all. Actually, that's also true, isn't it? She's really independent as well. Despite talking about unity, she likes doing things by herself. Oh, maybe... actually... Considering all that stuff I just said about, turning heads, maybe she's kind of been ostracized for, clearly being quite punk. And, even though she understands that unity is important, she isn't ever given the chance to practice that. She has to be by herself because she's so different. But also, I think there's a degree of her not minding that much. Ibuki strikes me as the sort of person who wouldn't change for anyone, Ibuki is Ibuki, and she will fucking continue to be Ibuki for as long as she lives. I don't think she'd compromise herself for anyone else, you know what I mean? That's the sort of personality I get from Ibuki. There isn't really anything to back that up, per se, but it is the sort of one that I get. Are you serious? Guys! Guys! Seriously? 7 of you are there! And you picked up 1 gold! Guys! Oh my god. Yeah, say goodbye. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna fucking have an aneurysm over here. These guys fucking around. Jesus. God damn, man. So it's 2 left with Ibuki, right? Yeah, 2 left with Ibuki. What do you got for us, girl? What do you got for us? Because I'm gonna give you some slap bracelets. You better fucking believe I will. I'll give you 2 slap bracelets. 1 for each wrist. I don't think well, actually, you have a scrunchie on one of your wrists. Yeah, you have a scrunchie and a bracelet and also a sock. Or is it just a fingerless glove? I don't know. One of those very long fingerless gloves. You know, she does look real good though. I'm not gonna lie. I like Ibuki's style. Would I dress like that? Probably not. Purely because I could not pull that off. But if I could, would I? Probably. There we go. There's the slap bracelets.
Giving an amazing present like this when it's not Christmas or my birthday. I'm so happy. Thank you mucho mucho. Now then, what should Hajime and I play today?
Playing again? Seriously, what happened to training?
I've decided. Today we're gonna do 1,000 practice head swings.
Head swings? Isn't that just called head banging?
Ibuki will start us off.
As soon as she said that, Ibuki started swinging her head back and forth with amazing speed. She took my eye out with her pointy hair while doing so. She's so fast that her head is a blur. I can't believe her tiny neck can keep up with that.
You do it.
Hold on. I'm going to take my glasses off, otherwise this is going to be a disaster.
You do it too, Hajime. It's fun.
Oh my god. I mean, I'm not doing it quite like that because it, well, like a headbang, because oh my god, that hurts my skull. But I mean, doing it side to side hurts my skull. But oh my god, Jesus, Ibuki. Oh, you're gonna kill me. I had no idea why I was doing this, but I decided not to think about it and just played along with Ibuki. My head is ringing. Just as I thought, there was no meaning behind it, but I felt like a lot of stuff I'd been stressing about mysteriously lifted off my shoulders. Oh, a little bit of stress relief, eh?
Oh my, Hajime. You look pretty refreshed. I feel like we were playing pretty well together just now. I mean, Ibuki just realized it. When I'm with Hajime, Ibuki plays really well.
I just remembered that Ibuki left her old band. Apparently she was a member of a girl band that was at the height of their popularity. Is she doing this just because she's lonely? Oh. Hey, Ibuki, why did you leave your old band? Was it because you had creative differences with them?
How should I put it? Creative differences, personality differences. Well, it's not that big of a deal. That's the destiny of a band member, after all. Like I said earlier, what's most important is a sense of unity.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned that again.
Techniques aren't your game just by practice. You won't know if the group really meshes well together until you try it once. And if it's no good, that's something you can't really help. And that's why Ibuki doesn't really regret leaving the band. Being alone is a teensy bit lonely.
I see. If I can feel that loneliness by doing stuff with her, even if it's just a little, well, then I guess I don't mind playing along with her for a while. God damn it, Hajime! Say that to her! That's unendingly sweet.
Then I shall keep playing with Hajime today. Let's continue our headbanging. This time it's for the championship. Whoever loses has to tongue kiss Mon Ami.
We're competing now? I ended up banging my head until I lost consciousness. Must have been a blessing in disguise that no one won or lost thanks to a double KO. I mean, that kind of makes sense though. You know, I think deep down a lot of people who are very energetic and kind of like Ibuki can be quite lonely. I mean, what's sort of that saying? Like, the life of a creative is a lonely one or whatever. Well, I mean, it's not really a saying, but you know what I mean, right? Like, generally, I think it's sort of, maybe not accepted, but being a creative is, I mean, it's hard, you know? When you're famous, you're sort of put on this pedestal, and you need to produce this brilliant stuff just for the, you know, partially for the self-validation, but also just for the continuation of your career. Because if you fuck up once after you've made it big, you usually come crashing down. Obviously, that's not what's happening with Ibuki. Ibuki, it's more just, you know, basic loneliness. Because, I mean, I assume, again, a part of it is, like, that fact that she's so different. But it also seems to be that she doesn't mesh very well with other people who are interested in the things that she is. And that, like, you know... Again, like, that's sort of where the life of a creative as a lonely one thing comes in. Yeah. I mean, if you can't find someone who's on your wavelength, so to speak, you're usually on your own. But, I mean, at the very least, Ibuki has the benefit of being quite extroverted. I think she'd be quite good at making friends. Ibuki and I were both pretty tired, so I parted ways with her and went back to my room. Unlike most other creative types who are, you know, tend to be quite introverted. In a weird way, Ibuki's got it lucky, despite being lonely. Still, though, yeah, I guess part of her energeticness is to forget about her loneliness, which is really, really sad. Ibuki left her old band due to creative differences. She has no regrets, but she did tell me she's lonely. But as long as she's with me, she doesn't feel so alone. Yeah, that is very sweet, I will say. Oh, wow. On the last day, two of you are bumming out at home. Pathetic. Alright, let's go. Let's see how much gold you guys get. None? Oh, two! 2 whole pieces of gold! Wah! Sorry, was that ear splitting? Look, it's the Ibuki episode, alright? I am allowed to be loud. Da 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 da. Ibuki. Spend some time together. For the final free time event. Oh, I would love to drink some tea with you, Ibuki. Oh, well, Hajime would. Yeah, probably. I hope so. I hope he doesn't, hate desserts and tea. I mean, boy, would you go down in my, estimations, Hajime, if you hated desserts and tea. We could never be friends. Da 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 da. Slap bracelets. Slap bracelets. There we go.
Are you really gonna give this to Ibuki? Jeez, I'm so happy! Thanks, Hajime!
So, what are we doing today? Oh, Hajime, taking the initiative!
Before we get to that, do you remember anything, Hajime?
Anything?
You know, about your talent and stuff. Since you've been hanging out with Ibuki for so long, you should have remembered something by now.
Oh, is that what she... Oh, is that also a part of it? Like, she thinks clearing her head and making herself feel better is going to work for Hajime. So she's been trying to get him to do the same. Like, in a hope that it will work for him, too. I mean, you know, obviously that's not quite on the level of restore your amnesia. But it is it's a sweet sentiment. Huh? Don't tell me all that stuff we did was just to help me remember.
Wrong! Ibuki just wanted to play with Hajime! But Ibuki Mio-da, the goddess of music, thought you might remember something if I stimulated your senses.
I don't know, I think it's a bit of both.
This is going nowhere.
I guess Hajime was too dull for it to work. Great, now I really am just Hyoko. It's just a Hyoko pouty noise.
Dull. But still, I never expected that Ibuki was actually thinking about me the whole time. I didn't even notice. I feel a little ashamed.
Well, it's fine as long as you don't worry about it. I mean, the Hajime I know is the same person you've been from the start.
Oh, I like that. Because this is the same thing we got in Chapter 5, really. Like, after Hajime revealed his talent, or his lack thereof, to Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonya. Yeah, well, I mean, Chiaki was there, but Chiaki too. Like, they were like, yeah, cool. So what? Is that it? I mean, you're Hajime, man. Same guy as ever. But, like, to hear that from Ibuki, because you could do this, anywhere from, well, this is the last one, so you wouldn't be able to do it in Chapter 1, but you could do this from Chapters 2 and 3. Like, I don't know, hearing that so early on, and, like, she means it, right? Like, it doesn't matter if he has a talent or not. The Hajime she knows is the guy she's friends with. And that guy doesn't need a talent to be Hajime. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing, so I don't really want you to make me say it, but it actually doesn't matter at all whether or not you remember. Because Hajime's already standing right here.
Oh.
I feel like you're someone who's willing to go far away to search for yourself.
I see.
But your true self doesn't actually exist anywhere. The person standing here right now is who you are. The person who's changing every day. That's you.
Jesus Christ, Ibuki! That's really fucking wise.
I believe finding yourself means accepting that you're someone who is constantly changing. Even when you're worrying about things, you're still you. Just kidding! Ibuki was trying to say things that she wouldn't normally say.
No, that's really special. Oh, Ibuki.
After all, this is the very last event!
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had a moment like this in the last one. I didn't comment on it, but you just went into your neutral pose. It was none of this dramatic finger-pointing flair. No weird bug eyes. No yelling. Ibuki, thanks, I think.
There's no need to thank me. Because Ibuki was able to remember something she hasn't felt for a long time after playing with Hajime. The importance of giving your all when expressing yourself.
You're always doing that.
Yeah, but to expand on that, the important part is to do it together with someone. Someday, I want to play music with someone who trusts me as much as I trust them. It's always been Ibuki's dream. I think believing that dream comes true as long as you believe is the first step toward fulfilling your dreams.
That's a little complicated and was a bit of a mouthful, but I get nice advice.
It's easy peasy.
Oh god. Get more Xenoblade 2 flashbacks! As if I'm not currently playing it. Easy peasy. Morning. Fucking hell.
All you gotta do is believe.
No matter what happens from this point forward, never ever give up. It's a promise.
Ibuki said that with a seriousness that I've never seen her display to anyone else. It's kind of surprising that I'm actually learning from her, but her words took root deep inside my heart. I won't give up. I'll definitely leave this island with everyone else.
Hajime, you're making a very nice face. Now today's training is stealing a Kane snack and kicking Nekomaru in the butt. AKA picking a fierce fight with two raging demons.
Matt, 2 free time event sessions in a row that have mentioned Akane and Nekomaru. Are you seriously going to do that?
Of course. Now let's get on with it!
I frantically ran after Ibuki because I had no idea what she was going to do. But I no longer feel like she's dragging me about like she used to. I feel a strong bond between Ibuki and myself. Oh, the rest of those events were fine. Like, the first one was nice. The fourth one was pretty good. But that fifth one, that was... Oh... Like, Ibuki's seems like a bit of a Mahiro to me. Like, yeah, she's kind of complicated, but she's simply complicated. She's complex in her simplicity. And, I really did like that. Like, surprisingly wise. Surprisingly wise. Actually, funnily enough, with the, comparison of with Kazuichi, she's kind of the opposite of him, huh? He's like intelligent, but is also dumb as fuck in terms of like understanding the self and society. Whereas Ibuki isn't particularly intelligent, but she is really well versed in people and understanding them, I think. Yeah. And now I'm about to ruin the good mood by getting, well, her skill first. Shred guitar, and then her underwear. Ibuki, you wearing like a picnic blanket? Somehow narrowly avoided death and made it back to my room. Bing bong. Well, that was another short one. Yeah, holiday. Well, yeah, last day. Today's the day, huh? Go with one mecha monomy. Yeah, no, I could not.
Yeah, was that a little bit difficult?
Yes, it was Usami. It was a bit too difficult. Well, I'm gonna go meet with someone because I have to actually look in the menu. But in the next episode, I'm actually not gonna be here. I'm gonna travel through time a little bit, and we'll be back at day one, where we will talk to Mikan. But yeah, because I don't want to have to like edit all this together. To be honest, I'm just gonna play through the whatever comes next sort of bit. Then we'll go into day one, and we'll start off with Mikan. But of course, before then, well, let's look at our pants first. Like, let's get this bit out of the way. Ibuki's favorite panties. These Harajuku-style panties perfectly capture Ibuki's cheeriness. Harajuku. Harajuku. Yeah, that's, if I'm remembering correctly, that's a bit of a cultural hub in Japan, where you are a lot more likely to find someone like Ibuki than in the rest of Japan. Oh, interesting, a logic dive skill. I don't think we have one of those yet. Ibuki made me feel better by teaching me that I'm someone who is constantly changing. By being with me, Ibuki was also able to remember the fun of being with others. Yeah, I really like that last event. That was really sweet. Yeah, it's cool, I guess. Yeah, Ibuki's certainly not going to be gracing any top spots there with her free time events, but I liked those, and she is a lot of fun, I can't lie. She's a lot of fun, actually. I do really like her. Aww. I do wish we'd had a little more of that 4 and 5 level, even like the 1 level. Like the second and third events, I think could have been better. But they were alright. I guess really it's just 2. 3, I think, was enough. It was a bit short, it was enough. Yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next one, where we will finish off the girls by doing Mikan. And I wonder what she's got in store. I'm a little afraid, to be honest. I hope it's not too well, I mean, it won't be fan servicey in the, normal sense, but you know what I mean, right? see you guys in the next one. And until then, goodbye.